Yo fan. I fantasized about it for a long time, but after I inherited my cat, it became unrealistic. Yeah, yeah. Maya's tiny house is cool. I think we might have watched it, but I think maybe not.
Hi there, welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of unique homes and showcase stories of people living alternatively. In this week's episode, we're featuring a tiny home that's a little bit wild, and that's because it's parked on an animal sanctuary. Maya, the owner of the tiny home and the sanctuary, is going to take us on a tour of the property, introduce us to some of the residents,
What the fuck is that? This animal looks like
the sanctuary is going to take us on a tour of the property, introduce us to
it looks like a creature that you would see in like a fictional universe.
some of the residents.
It's a fox. It's a
Explain
lemur.
why she thinks this tiny home
It's a
is
femur.
the perfect habitat for herself. But before we jump right in, if you like
and like also, I don't know, I think this is like I need to get my little throat coat candies. I think this is sort of also just what happens when you grow up with like pseudo hoarders, because like my uh my siblings and my mom they're not like hoarders to the point where it's like gross, where like the hoarder videos and like the hoarder TV show where they literally can't move around in their house. It's not like that, because Arab people are very cleanly, and it was like every weekend at least like a 7-hour cleaning session. So it wasn't like that. It was very, very clean. But it was just like we just had boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff we never used. Like, I'm not joking. We had one of those, like, you guys know, like the 40, 50-gallon box of just plates. And I was like, I remember asking my mom once, I was like, why do we own all these plates we never use? And she's like, well, you never know. And I'm like, what? We have so many plates. We don't need this many plates. We don't need. And it was like, yeah, but I really like this collection, and I really like this collection, and I really like this collection, and I really like this collection. It's like, no, we don't need them. So we had like a lot of stuff like that. Just like so many of that. Or like the random box of cables that they don't even work anymore. And it's like, why do we need this aux cable that's broken? It's like, well, what if we want to fix it? It's like, I know you're not going to fix it. I know I'm not going to fix it. No one is going to fix it. We don't use it. Mom, you use a laptop for everything and an HDMI cord plugged into a TV. You don't need this. She's like, well, you never know. Well, you never know. It was like I was so happy when we convinced our mom to ditch VCRs. We were like, listen, we can take all of the stuff on VCRs and we can put it on a USB drive. All of it. And she's like, I don't know. And we're like, okay, how about this? We'll do it. We'll do it for you. And then if you change your mind, you can change your mind. And if you don't, you don't. And she was like, okay. And we did it. And she was like, actually, let me see that. Let me see that USB drive. And then we also backed it up on a second thing. And then she finally threw out the boxes and boxes of VCR tapes. Thank fucking God. Oh my God. Um, It was so brutal. You skipped the DVD section. We didn't really have a lot of CDs and DVDs. We didn't really have a lot of those. Anyways, I think like part of coming with that experience is like you'd hate having stuff. Like the only stuff that I have is basically just decoration for my stream room. And even the decoration that's here, like 90% of it is stuff that has like that I have some sentimental attachment to, like these Fansly gloves were like they're like a constant reminder. I got to go to Creator Clash and I got to get these little gloves, and that was such a fun experience, and I got to meet so many cool people. Or like the Pokey cookies, when Pokey personally sent me some cookies, they're right here. Or like some of the stuff here are like the little it's supposed to be it's supposed to it's supposed to be like one of the Easter Island, like Maui stone statues or whatever. Which I thought looked really cool. I went to a tiki bar with some friends and we all got like one of these with our drink. And I was like, this one's the coolest one because I love art and I love art history and this is so cool and it's got like a nice sheen on it. And the other ones were just like tiki bar stuff. I was like, yeah, this one's cool. But the problem is I didn't realize it when I asked for this one and I was also drunk when I got it. So I was like, that one for sure. I want that one. And we all got different ones. But the back of it just looks like a penis. Why did they give it balls? Why did they give it balls? Why did they do that? Why? Why did they give it balls? Do you see this? Anyways, yeah, Frankie's is supposed to be one of like I think the original tiki bar. It was really cool. But anyways, I why did they make it? Yeah. So, anyways, a lot of the stuff here is like sentimental and I like it a lot and stuff. But having stuff is so stressful. Oh God, it's so stressful. Um, so honestly, living in a tiny home kind of rules.
Videos like this one, where we showcase stories of people living alternatively, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know every single time we publish a new episode.
Why the Moai has D&M balls.
The model thing for the 2 years. Thank you. Oh yeah, anyways, and then we'll also do Internet Etiquette put out a video called Crying Over Raw Milk, and then I want to do the video on what prison life will be like for Luigi. Spoiler alert, great. And then I wanted to do want to talk about the Germany market attack a little bit, and then I wanted to talk about, if we have time, the honey scam, apparently, which is a scam. I never installed it because it seemed like a scam, but for anyone who's watched any YouTube videos ever, sometimes they will shill this product called honey, which is supposed to save you money, and you install it as like an extension or whatever. And I never installed it because I was like, this just seems like a scam. I can Google Joanne's coupon just fine when I'm looking to save money. Okay. I can go to camel.com when I need to see what the lowest price of something actually is. All right. So I never installed it because I was like, I don't trust things that look too good to be true. I just don't. I don't. My raw milk customer who comes in every day keeps the raw milk in her car. I'm so scared I'm going to get avian flu. What do you mean by your raw milk customer? What are you talking about here? What is your life? I manage a coffee shop. Why does your coffee shop sell raw milk? Honey gives me cashback offers for Lego's website that Lego does not offer otherwise. Okay. All right. Lego enjoyer in chat. That's another example of things that I want to buy, but I just can't bring myself to do it. Legos. I'm just like, I bought one Lego and it was so much fun. And I'm like, I've been looking at the Lego collection, the Christmas one. It's not a Christmas tree, but it's like a floral collection. It's supposed to be not quite centerpiece. This one, poinsettia. I don't know how to pronounce this flower. I don't know anything about flowers. I've put it in my cart and taken it out of my cart like 100 times because I'm like, oh, it'd be so much fun to put together. But then I remember that it'll collect dust. And then I'm like, and then cleaning it will be annoying because when I clean this one and I de-dust it, all the pieces fall off. And I'm like, oh man. And then I remove it from my cart. And then I put it back in my cart. And then I remove it from my cart. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
Alveus sanctuary, and I live on site in a tiny house.
Oh, it's so cool.
I am a content creator, so I am a live streamer on Twitch and I make YouTube videos and I'm the executive director of this animal sanctuary. So I founded Alveus in 2021. We rescue non-releasable animals and do conservation education programming online with them to teach people about our natural world online. I started streaming in 2019, rehabilitating hawks in California.
Okay, sorry. I had to continue this raw milk story really quickly. I'm sorry. I was so curious. Our coffee shop doesn't sell raw milk. She brings it with her. She gets a chai, no milk. And then she adds in her own raw milk that she keeps in her car. Mimi, you're going to get bird flu. Can we get a quick moment of silence for this chatter who will be dying of bird flu? Just some prayers in chat. It was nice knowing you. I'm sorry that you live this life. Good luck. Your time here was great. I loved you as a chatter. You always contributed wonderful things. And I'm sorry that you're going to get taken out by someone who drinks raw milk. It's really, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. We will see you in the next life. All right. Thank you.
So I started live streaming that, and it was a really cool way for those people to build a connection to the animal that I had on screen. And so that's where the inspiration started for having the animal sanctuary, is getting all these people acquainted and introduced to all of these species so that they care about their wild counterpart. When I bought this property and founded the animal sanctuary, I just wanted to live on site where the animals were. I've always liked small spaces, so it just made sense to buy a tiny house and put it in the corner out here. I've been living in this house for about 1.5 years now. I definitely did not build this myself. I don't think that I could do that. I bought it as is. It was a model home on a lot with a bunch of other tiny houses. So I purchased it there and then they drove it.
Whoa, that's so cool.
To my property.
This is the one really cool thing about living in Texas. There's so much fucking land that you can actually literally just do this. How does she have such good internet that she can stream though? That's my question.
Just kind of plopped it down, leveled it, and then drove away. So it was actually really, really easy to buy. And then I was live and ready immediately. My house is 300
Fun until the next hurricane? What are you It's Texas. They don't get hurricanes. Huh? I'm sorry. Am I dumb? Does Texas get a lot of hurricanes? They do, not in Austin? The last hurricane, it says, was in 2008. And then the one before that was 2005, and the one before that was 1983. Let me check this. 1980 to present. Wait, no, wait. I think those were the major hurricanes. Ew, ew. I can't believe I just burped on stream. Ew. That's fucking disgusting. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was fucking gross. Please shame me. Please shame me. If anything, only because it was not a good burp. It was a pathetic one. It was a bitch-made one. Hit landfall. Okay, Cat 1. Well, I guess the housing isn't built for hurricanes, to be fair. Whereas, like, a Cat 1 hits Florida and nothing happens. Because it's a fucking Cat 1 in Florida. Okay, so it seems like it's more of a climate change problem where this city that was not built for this is now dealing with this. Hurricane Harvey was 2016, Laura was 2020. I wish I could see like a map of like the hurricanes and where they hit. So this was like mostly just high wind. Slow moving. Hurricane Nicholas makes landfall. Eastern part 2021. Cat 1. Low end Cat 1. Where's the... Why isn't it showing up? Oh, because it's 2020. Okay. So all of these were like Cat 1s. It seems like if they get any hurricane, it destroys their power lines. But also if they get any snow, it destroys their power lines. They just don't have good power lines. Or a power grid. And I recall this from the last time. That people died because they literally didn't have a power grid. And then fucking Ted Cruz dipped. Let's see the 2016 one.
Dankeys, Texas is the most fine-out state in the Union. Just wait until the polar vortexes come back this year.
Stop. Juggling things like 18 months. Thanks. Texas grid is kind of ass. Yeah, Texas power grid kind of ass. Yeah. Well, anyways. Oh, this clip's on. We'll watch that later.
80 square feet about. So it's 35 feet long by 11 feet wide. When I was picking a tiny house, I really wanted something that got a lot of light, so I was looking for a lot of windows. I think it helps a lot that I have pretty high ceilings, so it actually doesn't feel tiny to me at all. It doesn't feel like a tiny house. And then I was really attached to having a loft. I love small spaces, and I love feeling like I'm really cozy and tucked in somewhere, so I wanted to be able to sleep in a loft. Challenges living with a tiny house. One, I'm already kind of a messy person. And when you have a tiny house, if you leave stuff out on the counters or on the tables, it just looks like you have so much stuff all of a sudden. It looks like there's stuff everywhere. That's annoying. I've had to cut down on a lot of my stuff. Otherwise, it
But like, I like that. I like that you have a space that holds you accountable on keeping stuff.
feels pretty normal to live in a tiny house. It's pretty easy.
This is so cool, dude. I'm sorry. Also, that was not, yeah, that loft was really small. That loft was like...
On the right over here is my living room. This is my favorite part of the house. Is these
Maybe I'm... Listen, okay, I have too many nightmares. I eventually would fucking bust a hole in my ceiling from like waking up in the middle of the night. The loft has to be big enough that like I can sit up and still have like clearance, because I could not, no. I literally just have too many nightmares, and I have too many instances of like waking up because I think I missed my alarm, and I every time I jump up, so I would like just bust a hole through it.
bay windows because there's just so much natural light, and I don't close the blinds ever. I love it. I wake up to the morning light. It's great. I got the couch, we have a little TV set up, my sewing machine's here. This is the kitchen. Also, was really important to me to have a decent sized kitchen because I love cooking, and it takes up most of the house, but that's a good thing.
That is a really smart way to build a kitchen, to have a lot of counter space. Just like having it indent in a little bit.
This is my countertop dish.
I'm not even gonna lie though, like you don't even need a fucking oven. You just need like a tabletop, like not a tabletop, but like one of those really medium to big-ish size convection ovens, and that's good enough.
Dishwasher, because I can't have a full-size dishwasher, so it just hooks up to my sink. It's really nice. I have a pretty decent,
like straight up you ditch the oven and you put a full-size dishwasher in there.
size sink. I have a full-size fridge here. I also did this mosaic backsplash in my kitchen that I'm really proud of. And then this is my bathroom. It's kind of
Nah,
small.
you need an oven for baking? No, I mean you can get like an induction oven. Or like a convection oven. Just like on top of the counter. And that has enough space for almost everything.
But the shower is pretty big.
And they're kind of way better than actual
I
ovens.
put this mirror up. There was like a small medicine cabinet mirror when I bought it. And then over here, I have an office or a streaming room. It's such a weird setup. I had 2 ferrets. They were both really old and one of them passed away, and so I just decided to give the other one this whole room. And this is where I live stream from that computer. But this room is
Yeah, I think, dude, I could live here. I could live here for sure. If there's an actual office, yeah.
all potty pads because I have this guy who has free reign of my office.
Oh my God, dude.
So
Dude, ferrets are so cool. I would get one if it wasn't like illegal in the state of California.
8 feet by 8 feet of this tiny house is dedicated to this creature. It's okay, he likes it. He deserves it. I also have a pretty big window in here. I painted this room pink because it's my favorite color. This is a piece of plywood that is literally screwed.
They're illegal in California? Yeah, like any type of exotic pets are illegal, which means finding like a doctor for them is really annoying. So I just don't bother dealing with it. People still get them. It's just you have to fucking find a doctor that's willing to like, or sorry, like a vet. You have to find a vet that's willing to treat your ferret, which is not worth the trouble. Ferrets are considered exotic, yeah.
Into this wall so that my dogs can't disturb my ferret mushroom.